There are no accidents. If you're seeing this right now, it's not a coincidence. Maybe you've been feeling lost, uncertain, or distant from Allah. Perhaps life has been testing you in ways you never expected. Maybe you've been searching for a sign, a reminder, something to pull you back. Well, this is it. Because when Allah wants to guide someone, He sends them exactly what they need at the precise moment they need it. Allah says in the Quran, "And you do not will except that Allah wills." Indeed, Allah is ever knowing and wise. This means every moment of reflection, every thought about faith, every reminder that reaches you, it's not random, it's a message from Allah. And let's clear one thing up. There are no chosen ones in the way people think. Allah doesn't choose based on status, wealth, or background. He chooses based on taqwa, God consciousness. Indeed, the most honored among you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you. So if you're here right now, this might be Allah's way of calling you back, reminding you that your heart still has light inside it. And in this video, we'll uncover 5 powerful reminders that may be exactly what you need to hear at this moment in your life. Because the truth is, Allah never stops calling His servants. The question is, are we listening? Number 1, if life feels heavy, it's because you're being prepared for something greater. Let's be real, sometimes life just feels like one test after another. You try to stay patient, but the struggles keep coming. You try to stay strong, but the weight of everything starts to break you. You wonder, why me? Why does it feel like Allah is testing me more than others? But here's the truth. Allah only tests those whom He wants to elevate. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "The most severely tested people are the prophets, then those closest to them in righteousness, then those like them." That means if your life has been full of tests, it's not a punishment. It's a sign that Allah sees something in you that you don't yet see in yourself. Allah tells us in the Quran, "Do people think they will be left to say, 'We believe,' and not be tested?" That means your struggles aren't meaningless. Every heartbreak is shaping you. Every hardship is molding your character. Every delay, every loss, every challenge, it's all leading you somewhere greater. But here's the real question. Will you trust Allah's plan, or will you let the difficulty push you away? The truth is, your struggle is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something bigger. Number 2, what you've lost was never meant to stay. Have you ever held on to something so tightly only to have it slip away? A friendship you thought would last forever, but ended. A dream you worked so hard for, but never achieved. A person you loved, but had to let go. And in that moment, it felt like your world was falling apart. But what if I told you it wasn't a loss? It was protection. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2216, "Perhaps you dislike something while it is good for you, and perhaps you love something while it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you do not know." That means sometimes Allah removes something from your life, not to hurt you, but to protect you. Maybe that person would have led you away from your faith. Maybe that dream would have taken you down a dangerous path. Maybe that friendship was blocking the blessings that Allah had prepared for you. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "Whoever leaves something for the sake of Allah, He will replace it with something better." That means if you've lost something, don't grieve too long. Trust that Allah has something far greater waiting for you. The truth is, when Allah removes something from your hands, it's only because He's preparing them for something better. Number 3, the delays in your life are actually divine protection. Let's be honest, waiting is one of the hardest tests in life. You've been making dua, but nothing seems to change. You've been working hard, but success feels out of reach. You've been patient, but the thing you want the most still isn't here. And at some point you start wondering, has Allah forgotten me? But here's the truth. When Allah delays something, it's not a rejection, it's preparation. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "There is no Muslim who calls upon Allah with a supplication that contains no sin or breaking of family ties. But Allah will give him one of 3 things. He will either answer his dua immediately, delay it for something better, or remove a hardship from his life because of it." That means every delay is actually a hidden blessing. Maybe what you're asking for isn't good for you right now. Perhaps Allah is testing your patience to elevate you, or maybe He's removing unseen dangers you don't even know about. Allah reminds us in the Quran, Surah Ash-Shar 94:6. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. That means whatever you're waiting for, whether it's success, marriage, healing, or guidance, if it's meant for you, it will come at the perfect time. And when it does, you'll realize that the wait was always worth it. Number 4, your loneliness is not a punishment, it's a reset. Let's be real. Loneliness can feel like one of the hardest struggles. People you once trusted have changed. The friends you thought would stay have drifted away. You feel like no one truly understands you, and sometimes you don't even understand yourself. And in those quiet moments, you start wondering, why does Allah keep me alone? But what if I told you this isolation is actually a blessing in disguise? The Prophet Muhammad, SAW, said, "A time will come when holding on to faith will be like holding on to hot coal." That means the closer you try to get to Allah, the more distant you might feel from the world. Why? Because Allah removes distractions before He elevates you. Maybe He's pulling you away from the wrong people. Maybe He's giving you time to reflect, grow, and realign your purpose. Perhaps He's preparing you for something greater that requires a stronger version of you. Allah says in the Quran, "And put your trust in Allah, for Allah is sufficient as a trustee of affairs." That means even if the world feels empty, you are never truly alone, because Allah is with you. So don't see your loneliness as a punishment, see it as a divine reset. Because sometimes Allah has to separate you from people to bring you closer to Him. Number 5, you were never meant to fit in, you were meant to stand out. Have you ever felt like you don't belong? You see the way people live, but you don't want that life. You hear the conversations, but they don't interest you. You try to connect, but deep down you feel different. And because of this, you sometimes wonder, why am I like this? Why can't I just be like everyone else? But what if I told you this feeling of being different is not a curse? It's a sign that Allah has set you apart for something greater. The Prophet Muhammad, SAW, said, "Islam began as something strange, and it will return to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers." That means if you feel like you don't fit into this world, it's because your soul was never created for this world. Maybe Allah is calling you towards something greater. Perhaps He wants you to rise above the distractions and temptations of this dunya. Maybe He is setting you apart so you can lead others back to Him. Allah says in the Quran, "And whoever places their trust in Allah, He will be enough for them." That means you don't need validation from people. You only need Allah. So stop trying to fit into places where you were never meant to belong, because the truth is, Allah did not create you to blend in. He created you to stand out for the sake of your faith. My dear brothers and sisters, if this message reached you today, understand that it was never random. Everything you've been through, the struggles, the heartbreak, the loneliness, the waiting, was never a punishment. It was always preparation. Because Allah doesn't just choose anyone, He chooses those He wants to elevate. Allah says in the Quran, "And whoever holds firmly to Allah has certainly been guided to a straight path." That means you don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to hold on to Allah. If life feels heavy, trust that Allah is strengthening you. If you've lost something, believe that He's protecting you. If things are delayed, know that He's preparing something better. If you feel alone, remember that He is always with you. And most importantly, stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting Allah's plan. The Prophet Muhammad, SAW, said, "Allah says, I am as my servant expects me to be." That means if you expect good from Allah, He will bring you good. If you expect mercy, He will give you mercy. So change your expectations, trust His timing, keep moving forward. And if this message touched your heart, comment, "Ya Allah, guide me and strengthen my faith" below. Your words might inspire someone else to take their first step back toward Allah. And don't forget, liking and subscribing cost nothing, but it helps us continue spreading reminders that bring us closer to Allah. May Allah guide us, strengthen our hearts, and grant us success in this life and the next. Ameen.